Look great. Hello, everyone. We're live now. We just had to sort this out. We just had to get ourselves together. Iris, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So come on, guys, let us know where you're from. We just went live. Well, I went live and I thought, oh, we can easily put Iris on the computer. It'd be fine. But of course, no. It doesn't happen. So Iris, you're going to have to watch for the comments on the left-hand side of your screen.
Okay.
All right. So guys, come on in. Let us know where you're from. All right. This is, hey, everyone. Nice to see you. Now, some people, we can't see you because you haven't enabled. There's something that hasn't been enabled. We can just see Facebook user. So if we don't know who you are, I'm sorry. Diane, Paul, Stephanie, good to see you. Thank you, guys. Come on in. Give us some love. I love this. Hey, Nick. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, my God. I love this. I love this. I love this.
Fantastic.
Yes. I know.
So today is it's the beginning of energetic shifts, which I want to talk about. And you're doing that business class, right? The
Yes.
one that, yes. And so this is a perfect example of a time where you don't want to start a new business.
Oh.
Yep. Because this is the beginning of eclipse season, and it's a big deal. So we have a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse, and a Mercury retrograde.
Wow.
So if I were planning a business for you right now, or if you asked me about a date, this is a time not to start. As a matter of fact, in the times of like Babylon, well, actually, yeah, the Babylonians, they started, they were the first astrologers, and they would watch the stars, and they would see that when there was an eclipse, something would happen to the ruler.
Oh, really?
Yes. So what they used to do is they would anoint a faux ruler and then put the king back on after the eclipse, and then kill the faux ruler.
No.
That's who they are. And not only that, I'm not going to say anything's going to happen to King Charles, but his coronation is during a lunar eclipse the lunar eclipse is May 5th, that's May 6th. So I do feel that there will be something that will happen, although I haven't looked exactly because I haven't had time, to the royal family.
Okay, so Iris, let me ask you. All right, I just know me. If I was going to be, brought in as the head of the Commonwealth, do you not think that they would pull out all the stops to find the most suspicious date?
I mean, I would, but, Churchill did. That's how they ended up winning World War II. Churchill brought in, he was the one who brought in the astrologers.
I know he did.
Hitler had been using astrology, and that's why Hitler was winning the war. So, Churchill said, I'm going to fight fire with fire. That was during World War II. But, I don't think that clearly King Charles believes in astrology, but we shall see, because basically it's true. Something will happen. And I'm not saying he's going to die, but maybe the people just won't accept him. There could be, I haven't looked at his charts, but there could be all types of things that happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So quick question. So when you said that this is not a good time to start a business, is it a good time to study?
Oh, it's always a good time to study.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clear. All right. Perfect. Okay. So I'm really fascinated about this King Charles thing. I think this King Charles thing would be, what's so funny is a lot of people have been saying this, and I know it's going to get controversial, but a lot of people have actually said to me that they don't believe that King Charles is going to be in reign for very long.
And I would tend to agree with that. I agree with that just based on the day. And I haven't even looked at all the aspects for that day. But a king that gets inaugurated during an eclipse, there are going to be issues. So I don't see him sitting on the throne for a long time.
All right, let's watch this space. Wow.
Yes. We'll see. And there could be things that happen during the inauguration because it's a Mercury retrograde at the same time. Now, a Mercury retrograde, if you have to do something again or revisit old business, it's okay. But getting, his coronation is not old business, it's new business.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so this brings the question. All right, Samantha, we all know Samantha, we love her. So when does someone wait to start a business?
Well, you would wait 2 weeks after the Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde ends, it goes direct on the 15th of May. So probably toward the end of May, but you have to look at other aspects because soon after that, Venus goes retrograde, and Venus rules, beauty, money, wealth. So you want to make sure that Venus isn't retrograde when you start a company.
Right.
So what you need is a good astrologer.
Well, this is why we brought you on. Okay, so let's talk about astrology. So Iris, you and I, I'm just going to share, honestly, Iris is an incredible astrologer. So I wanted to bring her into this. And there's a lot of questions about, wouldn't your own personal chart play into discussions? And yes, it would. So tell us some aspects that are actually coming up for us right now.
Well, okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
So today is the first eclipse for the 2023 season. And if you notice, a lot of people are very emotional. I've gotten all of these people, emailing me and saying, what is going on?
Yeah.
And also the first new eclipse of the Aries Libra axis. Now, the eclipse is tonight on Pacific time, 9:13 p.m., and then 12:13 a.m. Eastern time. So, and this is the second new moon in Aries this month. So that's a rare occasion. And not only that, it's at 29 degrees, which is a critical degrees. And this energy is going to keep rolling through 2025. And this is about the I, we, it's all in cardinal signs, and and it's being ruled by Mars because it's in Aries. And what that means is Mars is currently in Cancer, so it's in its fall. So the energy is not going to move in typical Aries way.
Oh, okay. And what time is that? You said it was in the morning, 1 a.m.
So it's 12:13 a.m. Eastern time on April 20th, and it's 9:13 p.m. Pacific time, April 19th.
So people are asking what time is that in GMT? We're 5 hours ahead from Eastern time. So those in London or the UK are 5 hours ahead than Eastern time. So just do your math there. Yeah.
That's correct. Yes, just do your math there. So I want to say a couple of other things about this, so it's the beginning of eclipse season. And, eclipses aren't bad things. It's a change of karmic energy. So there are changes that are going to be happening for us that we may not want to happen. And this lunar eclipse is going to be followed by the solar eclipse is going to be followed by a lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th. And King Charles is being coronated on May 6th.
Right.
Okay. And that is the completion of the Taurus Scorpio axis, which took place in November 2021. Now, the solar eclipse, which is happening today, is going to be a very hard introduction to the future, and it's going to push you into the beginning of something new. So you all are going to be transforming. And I thought, Lisa, that what we could do is I could go through each rising sign and you may want to pull a card.
Oh God. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. All right, so let's talk about rising signs, because some people are so used to talking about their sun sign. Let's talk about their rising sign.
Okay, so your rising sign is what you present to the world, and you have to know what time you're born to get your rising sign. I want to say one other thing. A lot of people, will try to manifest. You don't want to manifest because it's not the right energy to do it under. So try to open, soften, and allow during the 2 weeks before and after these eclipses.
Okay.
Now, one more thing. Mercury goes retrograde April 21st. It goes direct on May 15th. So it may be hard to feel these changes because of the retrograde and the eclipse. And I want to say, give the dust time to settle before you judge your current situation.
Right.
Okay.
So someone has said, look at how do they work it out. So guys, there are actually, you need your birth time, and you need your place of birth. Am I right, Iris? Yeah.
Yes. And you can go to forfreeastro.com, fill in that information and get your birth time. And your rising sign. And actually, as an astrologer, when I'm doing a chart for you, your rising sign is actually more important than your sun sign, because your rising sign will show you how you express your sun sign.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I'm an Aquarius. I have a 12th house sun. So I express being an Aquarian like a Pisces. So most Aquarians don't like emotions. I do. That's very rare for an Aquarian. Lisa, you have
I am Sagittarius.
Yes, you have Sagittarius rising, and I'm just trying to think about where. Let me just find out where your sun is, because that will show how you express your sun sign, which is Gemini. So you have Sag rising, and I believe it's in the 7th house. So you are all about relationships. I hope you don't mind me sharing that.
No, I don't mind.
I think people that you are about relationships, relating with people, and that's how you express being a Gemini.
Yeah, it's interesting because someone just said this is all Greek to me. Well, I'm going to tell you it's all Greek to me until I met Iris, because she doesn't talk in these houses, although she is right now. But when she explains her readings, I'm just going to say this, it is unbelievable, because you made me understand it. And I was like, I get it now. I get it. It was so crazy. Yeah, I am all about relationships. I'm seeing some comments there. Yeah, I am all about manifesting relationships, creating community. It is crazy. All right, so let's do this. Let's so here's the thing, guys, is we're recording this. It's on Facebook. You can always watch back. What I want you to do is I want you to tag your friends if you think that people could benefit from this. April, askirislibby.com is her website. Okay. Askirislibby.com. She will, she's incredible, but listen back to it. Okay. And we're going to go through the variety of rising signs. We're going to go through the whole gamut. We're going to pull a card. And then once you've actually done your, you've worked it out, then what I would suggest is listen back to it, and you never know what you might find.
Yeah. You could also look at your sun sign for this, but this is really about your rising sign. So I'm going to start with Aries rising. I have Aries rising, and this is all about your first house. This is a time of new beginnings. You may feel like you're being catapulted into new achievements, more recognition. It's going to be very fast paced, very exciting, very positive. You're going to be coming out of your shell, and that includes me. I didn't know I had a shell, and embarking on a firm new era. But more than any other sign, you're having an enormous rebirth around your personality and your identity.
That's interesting because I got the relationship card, which is often all about yourself, your relationships. This is about how you relate to yourself. This is all about your growth and understanding. So it's interesting how, I mean, literally what you said as you started to talk about it, then that card came out. So there you go, guys. All right, this is all about your identity, how you put yourself forward, and the relationship with yourself and others. Boom.
And I want to say, you can't make this stuff up.
No.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. All right.
All right. Next, we're going to go for Taurus rising. Okay. The new moon is in your 12th house of mental health and spirituality. And you're going to see themes of closure, healing, and surrender take precedence in the next 6 months. But deep down, you know something has already run its course, Taurus rising. And I want to say, for more reference, reflect on where your personal identity and or your individual autonomy have been compromised. Now, with the eclipse's ruler, which is Mars, at odds with the wounded healer Chiron, there may be a sense of vulnerability regarding your siblings, peers, or local community. Now, your communication style could be more impulsive than usual, and Pluto, which has moved into Aquarius, will also challenge this eclipse. And it's going to serve as a catalyst in your professional life and regarding your sense of authority. Lisa, what did you get?
Interesting. I got butterfly, which is all about transformation. And listen, you know, this is exactly what you were talking about. This is, yes, it's not always easy to break free of your shell and to open your wings. But here you are, you can open yourself up and, you know, transformation, growth. Look at how you can use all of these tools to spread your wings and fly. I love it.
Okay. Lisa, Molly Jane loves your face once you draw a card.
I know.
Jane. And you too, Diane Nelson. Thanks for the kisses. Okay, next, Gemini rising. So if you have Gemini rising, this is the second new moon in Aries this year and a total solar eclipse, charging up your 11th house of associations, community affairs, and a sense of belonging in the world. Now, this planetary event is kickstarting a brand new chapter where you will not only take initiative in society, but also make a name for yourself in your community or the community you're forming. And you're going to feel a sense of vulnerability regarding your sense of security. And it's closely tied to the influence of Mars square Chiron, the wounded healer, on an ongoing theme you're going to be working on between now and 2025. Now, Pluto is also challenging this eclipse because it entered Aquarius. And this is via your 9th house of expansion. Now, this catalyst for your belief systems and long-term goals, you're going to be venturing into unknown areas that is close to your destiny and where spirit wants you to move. And the end of 2024 is going to be spectacular for you.
Oh my God, I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. So as you started, these two cards popped out, and I'm going to share them. One was angel and the other one is identity. So this is really about you coming forward, and it's all about who are you presenting yourself into the world? Okay. Knowing that you have got protection. Oh, wrong one. Knowing that you are moving into whatever you are moving to, wherever you need to go, you're always protected. But here is what I want to talk about. This is making your name for yourself, which is what Iris was talking about. But this is about showing up as your authentic self and truly owning your full identity. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Cancer rising. By the way, Cancer rising, step up to the plate and take charge. This is a great year for you. I've said it repeatedly. This supercharged solar eclipse is touching down in your 10th house of authority, career, personal persona, and it's activating an eclipse series that'll last until March 2025. This is your time to shine in the light. Now, ruled by Mars in your sign, while you have the upper hand regarding channeling this energy productively, it's easier said than done. And I'm finding lately some Cancers and some Cancer rising, I know, are a little more, I want to say, are a little more aggressive than usual. Typically, Cancer brings things to you, and I see Cancers going out and getting it. But right now, you're overcoming a karmic pattern and or wounding, perhaps regarding a parental figure or a family legacy. You're being challenged by shadowy Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house of intimate affairs and energetic exchanges. And you're going to feel an unraveling that's going to occur with your attachments, shared resources, but it's going to lead to your freedom, and you need it right now.
Okay, so this is interesting for Cancers. You actually said make them shine in the light. I wanted to say, remember that you're all equal and the world is your oyster. And I wanted to say that this is your world is your oyster. This is finding acceptance. This is finding balance. This is realizing that we are all balanced and we're all coming together. So again, how do we make these things happen? It's crazy. All right, so I'm loving this. Where are we?
That's beautiful, Lisa. That is beautiful. Okay. Leo rising, all you lions out there, this solar eclipse is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, higher education, and travel. Now, it's time to venture into the unknown. This eclipse is bringing the heat on, but the journey isn't as easy as it looks. The good news is there's nothing you enjoy more than a challenge, and there's no better time than now to confront your fear of the unknown. Ruled by Mars in Cancer through your 12th house of closure, dreams, inhibitions, and unconscious patterns, you are as emotional as you are defensive about the past, especially with Mars squaring off with Chiron, the wounded healer. So you could be reminiscing about a past wound or an area of vulnerability, but you are going to start healing and working on this until 2025. And also, Pluto in Aquarius squaring in your relationship sector may seem like an abrupt ending will happen, but this in a relationship, it could be personal or business, but this is going to liberate you. So it's time to sit in the sun and shine.
So Iris, we have the healing card. You can't, I mean, this is really all about healing. This is the opportunity to really heal from the past wounds. If you notice, she's sitting on a bed of crystal. Allow this to happen. This is just elevating. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Amazing.
I love that. Thank you, Charlotte.
I love it.
Okay, Virgo rising. This total solar eclipse is charging up your 8th house of intimacy, mergers, joint ventures, shared resources. And you could feel a disruption or a shakeup in your foundation that you're not expecting. And I want to say, Virgo, trust in the divine plan that's unfolding for you, because it's Mars, the ruler of this eclipse, which continues to fire up your 11th house of community. But it will simultaneously face off with Chiron, the wounded healer, highlighting a core wound, perhaps regarding privacy or autonomy. You too are in the process of big time healing. Now, challenged by Pluto in your 6th house of health, routines, and service, this is your opportunity to transform the dynamic of your contributions and service to others, and as it's going to lead to your personal freedom and catharsis. And Virgo rising, you're happiest when you are of service. So this is a beautiful place for you to be in.
So it's interesting because this is the secret card. So there's a lot of secrecy here. So as Iris was saying, she mentioned you like to stay in the secret. This is actually, maybe you've been holding back emotions, but it's time to unlock all of this now. It's time to unlock. Now, the other thing that dropped out at the same time was the card commitment. So maybe you need to also be committed to where you need to go and not be a secret anymore.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Okay. Libra rising. This solar eclipse is taking place in your 7th house of marriage, partnerships, compromise, and commitment. There is an awakening. I want to say an awakening taking place in your partnership sector. And you are being challenged to reflect on your independence and freedom. You know, Libras know a thing or two about relationships, but this eclipse is going to take you like beyond. So Mars is the ruler of this eclipse, and it's charging up your 10th house of career and how the world sees you. So it's adding a layer into the mixture. And whether it be an emotional tie or a family legacy or your identity as a parental figure, it's important to set firm boundaries for yourself and the sake of relationships moving forward. One more thing, this eclipse will square off with Pluto, emphasizing a change of heart and or desire for recognition you've been longing for.
So the card is now. And I feel that this now card is just really a reminder, especially of what is happening, because, you know, you're going to be challenged with some things. Here it's time to be present. It's a time to just take a breath. It's a time to sit in this moment. So I'm going to encourage you not to rush forward, but to breathe through it and be in the present.
I love that, Lisa. Yeah. I love that. Love it. Love it. Okay. Next, Scorpio rising. All you Scorpio risings out there, this total solar eclipse is bringing a shakeup to your day-to-day routines, which could also serve as a much needed detox or transformation for your spirit. Now, this is landing in your responsible sixth house of due diligence, while Mars, the ruler of the eclipse, continues to journey through Cancer and your expansive house of self-discovery. You may not have the next steps all figured out, which I know frustrates you, Scorpio rising, but that doesn't mean there isn't a plan in motion, because this is karmic for all of us. In the meantime, there's an opportunity for you to reflect on the dynamics of your upbringing and whether you still resonate with these old belief systems. Going head to head with your modern day ruler Pluto, the dismantling of a personal unit brings you closer to your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. And what did you get?
I got the love card.
Ooh.
I know. So we were talking about, so this is really about looking at you as a person, being kind to yourself. And I feel like it really, really works, because there was a lot of, if there was a breakup or anything, this is really about loving yourself. This is honoring yourself and where you are in all of your relationships and just being truthful. So I always see that this card is not necessarily a romantic love. It's about the love that we have and be given out to other people.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Sag rising. That's you, Lisa. And you are having a heart chakra activation and a renewal of self-expression, and your inner child is going to shine through this solar eclipse.
Okay.
So I'm going to task you with channeling your inner child and give yourself the grace to try something new just for fun's sake. And I think you've been doing a lot of that, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that.
A couple more things. You could be starting something new creatively, like having a new creative project or an idea or many ideas that are growing. Okay. Couple more things. Mars is going to face off with Chiron, our friend, the wounded healer, in your fifth house of happiness and children. And that's going to emphasize a vulnerability you're in the process of healing. Now, this is going to supercharge your fifth house of self-love and authenticity. And while its ruler stirs up your eighth house of intimate unions and shared resources, it's important for you to reflect on the strength behind your desires and whether it's stemming from creativity or an unconscious wound. And so I want to say, are these actions and reflections authentic to you, or is it a past wound you're overlooking? And this eclipse also squares Pluto in your communications sector, bringing revelations and awareness to the shadow side of your inner circles and local community. How does that feel?
Okay, so that feels so on track. It is unbelievable, because the two cards that I had, first of all, was the dream. So this was about them, unlocking, playing with their inner child, really trying something new. But then we had the creativity card. The creativity card, which is all about what we were talking about, but also this is Charlie, my son. So that's that inner child. So when you said that, I was like, oh, that's that inner child. So this is really about, oh my gosh, you can't make this up. All right, let's read this. It says, oh, you can't see it, freeing your inner child. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay.
Randy wants to know, just saw there was a live and popped in. How does one book an astrology reading with you? I have a couple people that just asked me for an astrology reading. Thank you, Randy. You can go to my website, which is askirislibby.com.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay. Thank you for that question, Randy. Okay, Capricorn risings out there. This is going to activate your fourth house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings. And this is starting a powerful cycle and a period of renewal until 2025. Now, the ruler of this solar eclipse is Mars, and it's going to continue to awaken your seventh house of marriage, compromise, partnerships, and any significant others. And although this is going to bring you back to your roots, a core wound could be influencing your relationship dynamics. This is especially true because Mars is squaring Chiron, our friend, the wounded healer. I mean, we got a big square going on. I don't know what to say. And it means that, you need to look at what's coming up for review right now, because it's really important. And if you're prone to defensiveness in your relationships, this is something to reflect on as you are in the process of redefining your foundation. This is big for you, Capricorn rising. This eclipse will also be challenged by Pluto in Aquarius, and it's going to highlight the shadow side of any of your community values. I want to say it doesn't get more personal than this solar eclipse for you, Capricorn rising. And I know that you work hard and you're going to be able to do this.
And there's the card home. There is the card. I know. You can't make this up. There's the card home. This is really about, feeling safe, making sure it's all about home. It's being home. I have no words. Okay. And looking ahead. Look ahead. Open the doors to opportunity. Feel it. Intuit. Does it feel right? Home.
Right. And healing. Home and healing.
Absolutely.
Relationship. It's perfect. Okay. Next, Aquarius rising. So right now, something is quenching your curiosity and it's leading you down a new path. This is all awakening the solar eclipse in your third house of communication, inner circles, and local affairs. While its ruler, Mars, continues to trigger your sixth house work things, also wellness, habits, day-to-day affairs, it's important to remain true to your independent desires and your uniqueness, which also tends to your responsibilities and your duties. Now, Mars is again squaring our friend Chiron, the wounded healer, highlighting a vulnerability or past resentment. And this is happening in the workplace. However, with Pluto entering Aquarius, this is going to challenge the eclipse, bringing light to the shadowy attributes of your persona and sense of self. Now, confronting these parts of yourself isn't easy, but still necessary for your growth and transformation.
So with that said, I am going to say stand in your power. I am going to say stand in your power and really have the strength, be firm and head towards where you need to go. See your North Star and head towards it. You have this power.
Yes, totally and completely. I love that, especially for Aquarius rising. I love it. Okay. So last but not least, we have Pisces rising. And I want to say to all you Pisces rising out there, free yourself, and honor your unique individuality. So right now, you are supercharged with momentum and renewal. And this solar eclipse is going to ignite your stability-seeking second house of finances and value systems. So while its ruler Mars continues to energize your fifth house of creativity, self-expression, and recognition. This is really nice, Pisces rising.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to ask you, are you confident enough to pursue what inspires you? Because this is your time. And Mars is going to square off with Chiron, our friend, the wounded healer, highlighting a past wound or area of vulnerability regarding your sense of self-worth. So this is your time to clean that up. And I'm going to ask you to be kinder and gentler to your inner child and hold space for the things that genuinely bring you joy.
Okay. And the final card for this is transformation with the butterfly again. I mean, it's like really, it's truly open your wings, fly, be who you are supposed to be. Amazing.
It really is. And, you know, I just want to say that if anyone is looking at starting a business, you want to look at the astrology for it. And you also want to look at astrology, you know, because I work with both of them hand in hand. What about you, Lisa?
All the time. And actually, so in the new business course, you're actually going to be one of the guest speakers because Iris, I don't come to you normally. She's like, well, let me look at that aspect. Let me explore that. Let me look at that. And so what happens is I'll tell Iris something. She's like, let me tell you the right day. And so it is amazing. So I'll be honest with you. I even got married on the right day that was for me, where all the stars aligning at the right time. Chris thought I was absolutely crazy, but our marriage is working. So, but I really do. And I feel like whenever you are doing any form of business, you want to get into a relationship or anything like that, the first thing I look at, astrology and numbers. And that's why you're here.
And you know what else is important? And thank you, Lisa, is what are you looking for? In other words, what is your intention? Because a good astrologer can't pick a date for you unless they know what your intention is. So if you want to make money, that's one intention. If you want to be famous, that's another intention. If this is a charitable organization you're opening, or spiritual, that's another intention. So it's also very important to establish what is my intention for this new company.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think this is beautiful. We do have somebody in here that is trying to get some readings from people, so I'm just blocking them, but please know that we will never solicit for any readings and they are not authorized by us. But yeah, I think this is incredible. I think, you know, with us, it is really about having as many modalities, don't you think, Iris? As many modalities as possible that you can have.
Well, what I find is when I do a reading, like I've done readings with numerologists, and we come up with the same stuff, but from a different angle. And it's amazing to me that it doesn't matter if you're using Western astrology, Hellenistic astrology, Vedic astrology, numerology. It all works.
Yeah.
It all So any of those methods are good and great, but as long as you use them, you know.
Absolutely. Iris, I've loved doing this with you. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Oh my gosh, we're going to make this a regular thing, guys. So if anybody wants to see Iris, it's at askirislibby.com. So that is oh, hey Matthew, that's so sweet. Give Joshua a big hug from me. But yes, there you go. We popped it in the chat. There. Oh, hold on one second. Not that one. It's all going so quick. Hold, please. There we go. All right, there you go. It's all going so quick. But yes, you can book a reading with Iris. AskIrisLibby.com. And yeah, amazing. Iris, thank you. Thank you so much.
And have a wonderful day. I appreciate it.
Bye, everyone.